Hello, it is Saturday, October 21st, 2023. I'm Chris Remo, and welcome back to the New York Times Crossword Daily Solve. It is a Saturday crossword today, which means we've got a tricky, themeless puzzle most likely in store for us today. We had a fun, punny puzzle yesterday, perhaps more of that today. And this tricky, perhaps punny edition of the Daily Solve has been brought to us by Adam and Annette Noble, Emma Smith, Noah Bezanson, and of course, as always, the indomitable Showmaster and the incredible Horan family. So thank you so much to the 5 of them, benefactors of the Daily Solve Patreon campaign. They are, of course, sustaining this channel, bringing us this series. I'm very grateful to them for that. Thanks to those 5. Thanks to everybody who's a patron of the channel. I really do appreciate it. And if you'd like to help out in that way, you can head over to patreon.com/dailysolve or click the link in the description field where you can find all of the bonus videos available to patrons. That now include, this has been a big week for the bonus content. We've got the monthly bonus puzzle, the weekly mini puzzle speed solve, and today, soon after this video is posted, will be the latest Buzzwords Fall Themeless League competition puzzle solve. I'm improving bit by bit each week on this. So this week was better than the week before, which was not so great. And you can check it out. It wasn't the most brilliant performance I've ever turned in of one of those, but certainly an improvement, so I'll take that. Anyway, thank you to everybody who's a patron. And do subscribe to the channel on YouTube. I appreciate that as well. It's a big help. And there's also the Daily Solve Discord chat server you can join via a link in the description field. It's a nice, friendly chat community over there. All right, let's get on to the puzzle, shall we? This is a debut construction, a debut Saturday themeless puzzle by Kelly Moranis. So welcome to her. And we'll see what she has in store for us on this themeless edition. It was edited, as always, by Will Shorts. And let's start solving. See what's in store. Stores with fixed costs, question mark. Well, right. So immediately this is going to be maybe a sort of DIY hardware store, maybe? I'm trying to think of what stores with, things that are for fixing, maybe. Obviously, fixed costs is itself a common phrase, but the question mark, the pun indicator, suggests we probably won't be reading this in the ordinary manner. So, DIY, I'm not sure. It'll be something like that. I don't know what it is just yet. Maybe the downs they're shorter and they might help. Curb as spending. Rein in spending is something people often say. I'm going to try that and we'll see if it helps. Sparkle. To shine? No. I mean, at least not if this is rein in. What might be sought before a major decision? A second opinion? There we go. This looks pretty good. This looks like a good start. Lacking creativity. If you're lacking creativity, you're, I don't know. Sparkle. Oh, éclat? To have some sparkle, some verve, some panache, some éclat. Sample, say, a dose, perhaps? Not sure, so let's look at the crosses. Shortcut of a sort, sorry. Shortcut of a sort. And here we have settled. Well, if I didn't already have a claw, which I'm fairly confident about, I would have said paid as in paid the bill, settled the bill, but maybe not. Son of in Hebrew, Ben. So, one crossing the line. The comb? Sort of the part of your hair? I don't think that's right. One crossing the line. Once again, there's a pun indicator here. That's why I was thinking of hairline or something. I was trying to think of something punny, but one crossing the line. There's so many. Line is obviously a word with so many meanings. I'm not sure. Lacking creativity. Settled. In it? Shortcut of a sort. I keep pronouncing it that way. Anyway, I don't know. I'm at a loss over there at the moment. We'll keep going. Blank Radcliffe, pioneer in Gothic fiction. Anne Radcliffe? That sounds familiar. Do I know any works by her? I'm not sure. Stores with repair shops. There we go. Okay, that was in the general category that I was thinking about, but it's actually even more specific because to fix something can mean to repair it. So it's actually a fairly helpful clue in that regard. I just didn't think about it in that way until just now. Sample. Say. That say is interesting because it means it's presumably not a word that's going to be a strict synonym of sample, but rather something that could be an example of it. Or vice versa. I don't know. Poem? Why would that be the case? Is it a sample in the sense of embroidery, maybe? I'm not sure. 1998 rap hit by Big Pun featuring Joe. Appropriate to a Saturday puzzle, but I don't think I know the answer. Keep going. 1781 Mozart opera seria. I'm sure I'll know this. I can't think offhand. It's a Mozart opera that would start with ID. Annoying. I can't think. Jeffersonian design at the heart of the University of Virginia. Roman something? This I probably don't know. Some contractions, spasms. If you a contraction anatomically or sort of medically, you could have a spasm, a contraction. Aware of informally. If you're aware of something informally, you're hip to it. It's kind of I don't know, I guess started in the mid 20th century. Soul only, the only person, the sole person. Blank mater, pia mater? I know this phrase. What does this mean? Something mother, obviously. What is it? I don't know. It's just one of those phrases I've heard. I don't actually know what it means. It's sort of frustrating. Let's see. Does this give me anything else now? 1998 rap hit by Big Pun featuring Joe. Something player? That's possible. Oh yeah, maybe it is, because vegan coffee order could be a soy latte, I guess. So a latte with soy milk rather than dairy. So ones who build their homes bit by bit. This could be an animal, maybe. Bit by bit. Oh, maybe bits in a computing sense. Could it be? Oh my goodness, is it Neopets? I've never actually used or played or whatever you'd say Neopets, but I remember that them generally existing, and they're sort of computerized. I mean, what it sounds like, I guess, computerized pets that you would take care of, and I guess maybe some of them build dens for themselves or something. That's just my guess here. I bet this is the answer. So this probably does end with player, and autumn hue is reddish or no? NCAA women's basketball champs of 2023 for short. I do not know. This will be a university name. Unsurprisingly, I don't know this. What school would start with LO? Louisiana something? I genuinely don't know. Okay, blank domino. Oh, maybe this isn't Neopets. Okay, that would explain why LO looked so strange. Because this, I'm guessing, is Fats Domino, the musician. So then, okay, so I was wrong about this. So what is this actually? What animal would this be? Maybe it's not. Oh, nesters? Oh, right, like nesting birds would. Okay, that was my original thought, but I couldn't think of a word for it. Oh, that's annoying. Okay, well there we go. I got it. So here we have LSU, maybe Louisiana State University. That's very plausible with that LS there. And then autumn hue is what? Some beach flyers. Are these seabirds, maybe? Probably ends with an S. Oh, russet. Okay, yes, that's a kind of, warm, sort of brownish kind of color. So, some beach flyers. Oh, kites. You could fly a kite at the beach. Is that? Oh no, it's referring to the bird. So there we go. So many Laplanders are Finns, right? Okay, so that's referring. I don't think Lapland is really the term that's used kind of officially or these days, but this is referring to that far north area of Finland. And then World Trade Center, fixture of Hong Kong or Toronto. Oh, that's funny. So using sort of British or Commonwealth English here with the RE rather than ER as you get in American English if you were spelling World Trade Center. So there we go. Okay, and there are many cities with a building called the World Trade Center. Ibram X. Blank, author of How to Be an Anti-Racist. I do know this, and I can't think at the moment. What about this? Least robust looking. Leanest or wanest? City with the oldest metro system in Africa. That's a pretty interesting fact. Must be Cairo. I would believe that. That would make sense. And cancels would be what? Omits? Don't think so. Haka dance performers. Maori. There we go. I did think this name ended with I as well. Is it? I'm fairly sure this is an N. My first thought was Kenji, but that's completely wrong. I think it's maybe Kendi cancels. Why do I not see what this one is? This seems like it should be obvious. So least robust looking wanest. Okay, yeah, that does seem right. And then feature of a craftsman home. This is a particular architectural style. What do I think this is? I actually don't really have a clue here. Magazine that originated the words payola and striptease. That's interesting. Do I know what it is? Probably not. What would that be? I don't know. Post blank, post-mortem, maybe a post-mortem examination. Astronaut Cooper, informally. I don't know. Informally, interesting. Nickname of an astronaut. Okay, home spun. A web, a spider's home that is literally spun. So once again, we've got a pun here, as indicated with the question mark. Bleak is, don't know. Man is no greater enemy than himself, Petrarch. That sounds very plausibly the case. Foundation is something's foundation is its base. Cocktail fruit, pina, like a pineapple, very, very much associated with cocktails. Bleak is, I don't know. One's going through a stage, pupae. So this is a kind of growth stage of some insects. And then coastal formations are, not sure. Without any crosses, my first thought would be fjords, but I can't think what this is. Sure, it'll be obvious in retrospect. What about this? Reprimand to one who spoke too soon. Don't talk back to me or something. That doesn't fit, obviously. This P here is interesting. Don't interrupt me. I bet that's it. Don't interrupt me. Yep, that fits. Okay. So bleak is winter? I think bleak actually can be used as a noun to mean winter. I'm not 100% certain about that. Let's see. Oh, dunes, coastal sand dunes. Right, maybe that is the answer. No. Bleak. Oh, wintry, used as an adjective. There we go. Maybe that's what I'm looking for here. It was a bleak day. It was a wintry day, you could sort of say. Okay. So non-essential as spending. Discretionary. Oh, maybe that actually fits. Oh, it does. Right, your discretionary spending is your non-essential spending. Okay. So country duo Brooks and, well, it's not Dune, which is here. Brooks and, oh, this is sort of familiar. I don't really know anything about country music, but I'm sure I've heard of these people. Dunn, Brooks and Dunn. That sounds like something to me. That sounds like they go together. I bet I've heard that. I have to have this, whatever it costs. Something money. Joey of children's literature, right. Okay, so a Joey is a child kangaroo, and Roo is a character from Winnie the Pooh who is a young kangaroo. So there we go. That's a clever clue because it looks like you want a surname of a character named Joey, but that is not the case here. So is this money then? Feature of a craftsman home. Something, oh, a wood trim. Okay, yes. So craftsman homes are generally built out of wood, and so, or at least there's lots of wood used in the facade at the very least, and so you'd have wood trim. That makes sense. Kind of badge, a merit badge in sort of scouting, that kind of thing. So what is the, oh, Variety must be the magazine that originated the words payola and striptease. That makes sense, I guess, especially with payola, which is very much a kind of industry, a bit of industry jargon. Oh, why didn't I, Kennedy, does that? Cancels, void, oh, right, as in cancels a check, voids a check. Okay, I probably could have filled this in much earlier, but I didn't because I wasn't 100% certain. But there we go. So anyway, yeah, so Variety magazine is a kind of Hollywood trade publication. Striptease is interesting. I wonder how that was the context of the origination of that. Anyway, astronaut Cooper Gordo? Yeah, it must be Gordo, because a mystery, e.g., is a genre of fiction. So there we go. That's that. And then I have to have this, whatever it costs. Oh, take my money, which isn't really in itself a new phrase, but has certainly gained new life on the internet of people sort of describing themselves in comments as sort of throwing money at the screen. Bandmate of Keith and Brian. Oh, Mick, so this is the Rolling Stones. So there we go, Mick Jagger here. And then Shut Your Pie Hole is can it, or be quiet, essentially. Here we have tech support. A rod or some sort of support, a rod or something. I'm not sure if that's right. Let's look at the cross. No, it isn't. Okay, because corporate debut would be an IPO, an initial public offering of a company taken from private ownership onto the public stock markets. So tech support, a pod, some kind of, maybe it's an iPod? I don't know. Blinker. Blinker, what is this? A strobe, or what is a blinker? If you've got blinkers on, you've got sort of blinders. Word often accompanied by an arrow. And concerns for a linguist. A bunch. Lots. There are probably other possibilities here, but let's just see if this helps. Blinker. Tech support. Oh, a monopod? Why is that tech support? So a monopod is sort of, it's like a tripod, but there's just one leg. So you can support something with it, like a camera. But what is the tech? Is it referring to sort of like a guitar tech on tour? Or I'm not exactly sure. I think this is the answer. I'm not sure I'm reading this completely, but I think that's the answer. Word often accompanied by an arrow. Oh, enter, maybe? Which I guess could mean either a sign reading enter in a direction, or enter on a keyboard, which often has an arrow, little sort of icon on it. Blinker. Oh, an eyelid. Oh, right, of course, you blink with your eyelids. They're blinkers because they blink. Okay, probably should have gotten that more quickly. Trading off. Trading off. I'm not sure what's going on there. Here we have get it, you see. Seems reasonable. Shut your pie hole. Sit on it. Put on it. I would think sit on it here, but that doesn't quite work. What am I missing? Concerns for a linguist. More irritated. You're more irritated. You're something are obviously. Cusp, the edge, a ledge maybe? Modern way to pay. Oh, Venmo is a modern payment app. So that could be a modern way to pay. Cusp, the verge. We're on the cusp. We're on the verge of solving this puzzle, maybe? Jeffersonian design. 1998 rap hit by Big Pun. Like many, I haven't looked at this yet. Many attics are dusty. An attic is sort of stereotypically a dusty room. Oh, rotunda. That's the Jeffersonian design at the heart of the University of Virginia. So I've never been to the University of Virginia, but yeah, rotunda is kind of a classical element that I think Monticello has a rotunda as well, which was Jefferson's home he designed. So that would make sense. All right, well, there we go. So ships, if you ship something to somebody, you send it to them. 1978. Oh, right. 1978. 1781. I don't know how I made that mistake. Okay. Maybe I don't know this. I don't see it still. Chick with multiple Grammys. Oh, Chick Corea, the musician. There we go. Oh, if you're more irritated, you're sore. You're more sore. You're more, frustrated or angry. Trading off. Embargo. A trade embargo is a restriction on trade. So trading has been called off. There we go. Another punny clue there. And then what is this? But on it. Oh, but no, it's not. It's not that. It's button it. Right. I was reading this wrong. I was missing that there were two T's and I wasn't taking them both into account. So button it, someone could say. In other words, close your mouth. Okay, good. So concerns for a linguist. Cases. Right. Okay. So this is more relevant to some languages than others. German and Russian and Latin, for instance, have cases that are incredibly intrinsic part of those languages, and they're very complicated. I find them so anyway, given that English technically has cases, but they're really, it's such a minor part of the language by comparison. Anyway, what about this? Samples. Back to where we were before. Okay. So what can we do here? Oh, something not a player. So is this... I don't think this is right. Ship sends. Well, Venmo has to be right. What else could this possibly be? Domendo? Musty. A musty room. That's just as valid as dusty. Does this work? Something not a player. Still not a player. Okay, I don't know the song, but that sounds like the name of one. I think that works. So samples say, to poll, to take a sample, to take a poll of, opinion. Shortcut of a sort. I don't, I feel like I should be able to just get this. What is this? Shortcut of a sort. I don't know. I don't see it. Lacking creativity. Oh, stale. Right. Your ideas are stale. They're lacking creativity. There we go. So shortcut. Canal. Oh, that makes sense. Oh, right. Okay. I'm not surprised I didn't get that, but that makes perfect sense. So a canal is built through an area where there wasn't, a kind of river already. So you shortcut through to allow boats to transit. One crossing the line, a scab. So crossing a picket line on a strike. So a scab is someone who goes to work there regardless. And then settled. So right. Okay. So I should have gotten this. If a bird settled down on a perch, it lit on that perch, for instance. And okay, good. I wasn't sure that was going to actually. So this is familiar, but I don't. Idomeneo. What did I say that? Yeah, there's a few things in here that I recognized but wasn't confident. about and wouldn't have been able to get without sufficient crosses. So in that sense, it was definitely trickier than yesterday's puzzle. I think yesterday was a sort of fun, playful, punny puzzle. This one, at least I found a bit more difficult. But let me know how you fared with that. I'm always very curious to know. Because there was some arcane. I mean, maybe this was the most arcane knowledge in here, but I don't think I know Astronaut Cooper informally. Gordon Cooper. Is it Gordon Cooper? I mean, that's kind of vaguely familiar, but I don't think I could tell you anything about that person. So I'm not sure if it's one of those things I actually know, or if I've just kind of heard, which I would say about the Mozart opera. I would say that about Pia Mater, which I'm sure I'm certain I've seen, but couldn't tell you what it means. What else? Anything else like that? Maybe not anything else to that extent. But yeah, anyway, just a trickier puzzle. And very contingent, I suppose, to some extent, on the particular knowledge you happen to have, as opposed to just sort of pure vocabulary. And in this case, actually, we had proper nouns crossing each other because Venmo and Korea were also proper nouns. So yes, that can be especially tricky. Anyway, well, there we have it. That was the Saturday crossword. I thought that was a bit tough, but let me know how you fared with it. And I'll be back tomorrow with the much larger, but should be less challenging Sunday grid. So do join me for that. But until then, please do have an excellent remainder of your Saturday. Take care.